It's wonderful to be here, and for me it's just fantastic to see all these people graduating. And I think that if you're as old as I am, you look at these people and you think, my God, I remember what a mess I was at that age. I had no idea what I was going to do, and these people look so much more sorted than I ever was. Well, I studied languages, Spanish and French, and I was supposed to have a year in the university where I went to teach. I didn't want to teach, so I just wrote to every voluntary organisation I could think of because I wanted to go to Latin America, and I was lucky enough to get a volunteer job with Oxfam in Latin America, so I went there. I went to Guatemala, and then I wanted to write, so I just wrote, and I sent articles to people and they took no notice, and eventually one day somebody accepted the article. I worked as a volunteer for the UN Children's Fund because something came up in Africa. At that time I was more interested in Latin America, but hey, Africa came up. I went to Africa. I just jumped on anything I could find, and I've been incredibly lucky. I think very, very lucky. Being in Iran for the elections and the aftermath of the elections was extraordinary, because before everybody was campaigning on the streets, lots of young people were out, they were full of hope. And then after the election, many people felt that they had been cheated, and they tried to demonstrate, and there were riot police on the streets, there were militia, young people were being beaten up. They even raided the universities, and they killed, we think, 5 students. So obviously that's always traumatic, and one of the most difficult things is trying to make sure that you don't endanger other people. Because as a journalist, I want to find out everything. I want to go to the university, I want to talk to people, I want to ring people up and find out what's going on, and yet increasingly it became dangerous for people to talk to me. And so I had to work out how to move around almost anonymously. I couldn't film, I couldn't take my cameraman, I just wore my headscarf and Iranian clothing and just talked to people in side streets. And I think that one of the things that all of the foreign journalists have learned from the experience of being in Iran is how young people are taking over the media. After we were thrown out of Tehran, after we couldn't stay there, the way we got information was people taking video on their mobile phones, using Twitter, using blogs, just getting the information out. And increasingly we relied on those people, many of them students, to tell us what was going on because we couldn't find it out for ourselves. I think that when you graduate, when you're in your early 20s, the biggest danger is being scared, and the biggest danger is not having confidence and thinking that you can't do something, or that maybe you don't want to go that far from home, or oh, maybe you don't want to leave your boyfriend if you're a girl. Leave the boyfriend. Go. Do it. Get out there. Do something exciting. If you fail, so what? It doesn't matter. You pick up and do something else. If it's not exactly what you think you want to do, doesn't matter. It could lead you somewhere else. But just do it. Don't be a coward. Don't be the person who gets to 40 or 50 and thinks, damn, I never did anything with my life.